Welcome to the channel. I'm Harlan D. White, and in today's video, I'm going to discuss my recent decision to invest a portion of my HSA or health savings account. Now, I've had an HSA for many years now, and I've always kept my funds in cash. Last month, though, I decided to go ahead and take advantage of this specific feature of an HSA and invest. Let's just say that I probably could have thought things through a little bit better. So in this video specifically, I'll talk about the benefits of an HSA, two things that I think everyone should consider before investing in an HSA, and how I'm going to handle my HSA investing moving forward. You just got to get started. All right, so real quick before jumping into the rest of the video about the HSA, I did want to mention that I'm currently documenting my journey of eliminating almost $50,000 in debt. And so each week I'm providing updates on my debt-free journey, as well as sharing lessons that I'm learning along the way. I've been on this journey since May of 2020. It is now March of 2021, and I've been able to reduce my debt by a total of $39,306, which means that I have a total debt remaining of $10,362. Now, very excited about the progress that I've been able to make thus far. I'll link some videos below if you're interested in how I've been able to pay down some of this debt. But definitely, if you're interested in following my journey, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to be notified of future videos. So let's go ahead and start with what is an HSA and how do you qualify? Well, an HSA, like I already mentioned, is a health savings account, and you qualify by being a part of a high deductible health plan. So essentially the purpose of the HSA is to help you offset the expenses of your high deductible health plan. Now, what are some of the benefits? Keep in mind, I am not a financial professional or a CPA, but from my understanding, some of the benefits of utilizing an HSA are: number one, you can contribute pre-tax, reducing your overall taxable income. Number two, you can invest within your HSA and not get taxed on any capital gains or dividends. And the third item is that you're able to spend your money of your HSA tax-free on qualified medical expenses. Now, on that third point, the interesting thing that I've learned that some people are doing is if they can afford to pay medical expenses out of pocket today, what they're able to do is to save those medical expenses. And let's say fast forward 10 years down the road and you want to take some money out of your HSA, then you can go ahead and reimburse yourself for those qualified medical expenses you made 10 years previously, take that money and then spend it tax-free. Additionally, a non-tax related benefit that most of these HSA plans have is that your employer also contributes a portion to your HSA. Now, the catch is, as of 2021, there are limits that you can contribute into your HSA. And as of right now, the limit for a individual is $3,600. And if you are a family, you can contribute up to $7,200 into your HSA. So overall, the HSA is a great investment tool. However, I do want to now walk through two things that you should be aware of before investing in your HSA. All right, so the first consideration I would recommend before investing in your HSA is to not invest too soon. And what I mean by this, I think there are two numbers that you really should understand. Number one, you need to understand your deductible amount, and number two, you need to understand your max out of pocket. In an high deductible health plan, unlike many other plans where you go in and you pay just a copay of like $25 or $50 or whatever it is, in these high deductible health plans, you actually have to pay the full amount of the services up until you hit that deductible. Now, this became a reality for me last week when there were some prescriptions that needed to be gotten, and one of the prescriptions was $800 and another prescription was $600. Now, when I looked it up online, I'm like, that can't be right. I did see that, no, it should only be $60. But what I failed to realize was that I had not hit my deductible yet, so therefore I had to pay the full out-of-pocket cost up until the deductible. Then my health plan will pay a portion of it until I hit my max out-of-pocket cost, which then the insurance essentially takes care of the rest. So when I say don't invest too soon, you definitely want to pay attention to your deductible amount, and it probably is a good idea that you have that deductible amount sitting in your account as cash, just to be able to take care of any of the medical needs that might come up and thus take advantage of the purpose of the account. Now, that leads me to the second consideration that I would recommend before investing in an HSA, and that is to remember to use the account for its intended purpose. Now, I recently, the end of last year, December, I did a net worth update. And again, I did one last month or maybe earlier this month. But a part of your net worth, you include the money that you have in your HSA accounts. And you look at it as an investment and you like to see your investments grow over time. Now, when circumstances come where you have to take money from your investment and spend it, that could be a little bit challenging to some people. And so I just want to encourage you to take that in mind and realize that this is not just an investment, but it is also a tool to use to keep you in good health. So with that, I would recommend, don't forsake going to the doctor. Don't forsake buying prescriptions or doing whatever you need to do with that money, a part of your HSA, because that is the purpose, and your health should be a higher priority than building your HSA account. Now, maybe it's just me that looks at the HSA account in this light. However, it is something that I've realized about myself, and I definitely wanted to share with all of you as a potential warning. And lastly, I want to touch on what I'm going to do moving forward as far as my HSA investing. And pretty much my investing is on hold at this point, and it's for the primary reasons that I've already mentioned in this video. Now, when I first moved over money into my HSA investment account, I moved over $3,100 and I only kept $1,400 in cash. Now, the prescription example pretty much wipes out all of that $1,400. The good thing is I still had about 800 something dollars sitting in cash that I moved over to invest in, and so I could still move that back to my cash account without having to sell any of the investments I'm currently in. And the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to increase my HSA contributions. Right now, it's only around $19 per paycheck, and I'm moving it up to a little over $150 per paycheck to build up the cash portion of my HSA. Because it does look like for this particular year, I'm going to hit my max out of pocket cost of $5,600. So essentially, at this point, this year, I'm going to have to pay that amount towards medical expenses. And so I'm going to start building and preparing for that through building up my HSA account now. So that is my plan moving forward. I will definitely provide an update probably a few months down the road, let you know how it is doing. But essentially, I'm just sharing what I've experienced and learned over the last week or so and how I could have done things a little bit better. But that's what we're here for. Definitely, if you like the video, remember to like the video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll be sure to get back to you. If you're interested in more content like this, definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell. All right, until next time.